What's up everybody? This is a veteran handyman, and in today's episode I'm going to show you how I built this gate from scratch. I do not like relying on other people because they usually fail me, and this customer needed a gate done. And guess what? I never say no to a challenge. I never built one before, but guess what? I got it done. So I'm gonna show you step by step all the mistakes, how much money I spent, and if I'm going to be doing it again. Let me show you.
So I don't know if you're gonna believe me or not, but I can tell you the universe sent me this job, just like every other job that I have ever done in my business for the first time. So what do I mean by the universe sent me this job? It's not the first time, and anytime that it happens, I recognize it immediately. Um, so this is a repeat customer, extremely nice lady, extremely easy to work with. And she asked if I made custom gates, and I always say yes. I never say no, because if I'm unable to do it myself, like truly unable, I will find somebody to do it for me, because that's how you make money in this business. I do not let fear control my life, and any time that a challenge comes my way, I always face it because I know I'm going to be successful, and that's exactly what happened here. The universe sent me this job because I been wanting to create something for a while now. I want to create because that's how you make money in this business. When you make something out of nothing, you see a bunch of pipes on the ground. I just cutting. I'm making a frame now, and that's the main frame for the gate I'm building. And little by little, one piece at a time, I'm creating something that nobody else is able to do. Well, at least the people that this lady asked, because nobody said yes, and the people that she called before me, they never called her back. And the ones that actually called back, is so weird, they never got back with her with an estimate. So she called me because I was doing another job at her house, and she asked if I could do a gate, and I said yes. And here I am, the handyman who started just changing faucets, changing ceiling fans. I still remember the first ceiling fan that I ever replaced. It took me like 3 to 4 hours, and it was a simple ceiling fan because I had never done one before. Now here I'm building a gate, making money, making a difference, not letting life dictate how to make money, how to be successful. I learned very quickly, if you face challenges, if you do not let fear conquer your life, you are going to succeed. So right here, I'm building a frame. The main frame is 1 inch, 16 gauge square tooling. The inner frame is ½ inch square tooling, which is held by ½ inch by 1/8 of an inch flat metal bars. And where did I get the design from? I got it from all the houses in my area. I just looked at them and I just copied it. I did not create this out of thin air. I'm just copying what other people have done before, and I'm just replicating it. One thing that I've learned though is when welding, you have to be precise. When you weld an area for too long, it's going to bow, it's going to bend the metal. So I tried to use spacers as much as I could. I will pre-cut a piece of wood and then use the same wood throughout the entire place area, so everything will come out the same. So the design of this gate is just a metal frame with wooden pickets in the middle. I used cedar. I painted it because it was the cheapest option, and I actually charged $1,800 for this gate. And I can tell you, I gave the lady a good deal. I could have charged a lot more, but you know what? It's the first time I'm doing this. I'm learning. And sometimes when you do especially in construction, when you do something for the first time, you're not gonna make as much money, and that's okay because I gained a lot more in this project than money, and that is experience. Because I can tell you, next gate I build is going to take me at least half the time this one took me, and I'm going to save a lot more money. If you stay towards the end of the video, I'm going to tell you exactly how much I spent. how much money I made, and how long roughly this gate took me. I make mistakes, several mistakes, like right over here. I started from the right with my spacer, working to the left, and then I realized that, well, that was not working out because the piece of wood on the far side, I was going to have to cut to size. I was going to have to rip the wood by about an inch because these slots right here, they were 5.5 inches, and the last one just happened to be 4.5 inches wide. Throughout the video, you'll see me measuring nonstop using spacers, and I did that nonstop throughout the entire project simply because I wanted this to be perfect. I took my time. I wanted to create something that was going to put a smile on somebody's face. Not because they were getting a gate that they asked for, but because I wanted somebody to say, the gate looks nice, and I wanted to make somebody happy. And I wanted to get paid for it. That's one of the things I've been wanting for a while. I'm not a master welder. My welds look like crap. I know they penetrated the metal fully because I make sure. But you know what? You can just grind it down. It may take a little longer, but as long as it looks nice, it's functional, the customer is always going to be happy.
All right, so I'm done grinding all the welds. I'm not the best welder ever. Obviously, I don't do this every single day. But just to show you, let me show you what it looks like after you grind it off. So that's the after. I mean, it doesn't look the worst. Obviously, it's not the best. I'm sure if you do this every single day, you know, it probably look better. But you know what? I'm gonna prime this, and then I'm gonna paint it, and nobody's gonna notice it. You will, because I'm showing you. But I can tell you, somebody who is normal and looking at this gate from 12 inches away, they're not gonna notice. So yeah, that's what it looks like. For my first time, I don't think it looks that bad. What do you think?
I see life as a game, and just like any game, there are challenges that you gotta face. Life is gonna throw challenges at you, and it's up to you whether to take them or to not take them. I always take them. Now, one thing that I actually came up by myself is using regular hinges, clamping everything together, and that way it would have been easier for me to install the gate once everything was finished, to make sure everything lined up correctly, to make sure that everything was going to come out perfect. So, but even then, I still make mistakes. But like I said, face your challenges, face your fears, and you are going to succeed. I started from nothing, and now I'm building gates. And $1,800 may sound like a lot of money for a lot of you, but I can tell you I've done projects far greater than this. But I'm proud of myself for doing this one. I tried finding somebody, they flaked out, and then life told me, gave me a choice to either face my fear or just let fear control my life. Well, I can tell you, I won this one because I think the gate looks great. I took my time, like over here. I used a laser to get all my carriage bolts lined up. I make sure I primed the wood. I make sure I painted it. I primed the metal. I painted it. Make sure everything lined up correctly. It took a long time. It took many hours, many hours. I would say this gate right here, just in hours, I probably spent cutting, sourcing the metal, the mistakes, painting. At least I would say maybe 20 hours or so. $1,800, that's fine. I spent money. The gate was not free. The metal was not free. So I overspent a little bit because I never done this before. So I wanted to have extra rather than to be short. So I spent probably about $600 or so in materials. I had to get my helper. So total profit for myself, I would say I probably kept somewhere between $900 to $1,000 in my pocket. That is not bad at all.
So I made a mistake over here, and I guess I wasn't paying attention. Now the middle bar over there, I need my gate to be even on both sides. This is something that I didn't take into account when building it. Besides, I was so focused on getting the actual gates to line up that I didn't even pay attention to the middle. That one lines up, that one lines up. So once I put my bolts in here, they're all gonna look fine. Only problem that I have now is this middle one. I had it lined up to 33 inches and I put that one right in the middle at 33 inches. This one is I think 32 and a half or 32. Actually, that one is at 32 and a half inches. And then this one right here is at 33 and a half, so it's an inch off. Now there are two ways I can fix this. Number one, cut that over there, cut the bar off, just cut the welds off, then slide the bar up, re-weld it, and then keep going. Number two, I can get some self-tapping screws and then come up from the back and then just get them long enough that they don't go through the wood. So probably some 1/2 inch self-tapping screws, and then that should hold the planks in the middle. But then I'm not gonna have the carriage bolts heads showing up, so it'll be just the bottom and the top, which is no big deal. In my opinion, it looks just fine. It gives it a cleaner look, just top and bottom. Or like I said, I can just cut it. I'm not really sure which one to do. If I have more time, I will definitely cut it and then move it up and then just re-weld it, repaint, wait, and then just keep on going. Problem that I have is I gotta go install this gate. It's almost 6 o'clock in the morning right now, so 7, 8, 9. I got about 3 hours left to do this. Do I have enough time? I don't know. So I'm gonna take a few minutes, think about it, and I'll let you know what I did.
I ended up using self-tapping screws and just secure in the middle of the boards that way. I just didn't have time to grind everything down and move the bar up and then re-weld it. So anyways, for those of you wondering, where did I find the skills to do all this? Well, I am self-taught. I don't have any mentorship. I never worked for anybody else. I watched countless hours of YouTube, just like you're watching me right now. I watch people on YouTube on how to weld, how to build gates, how to everything. Before I built this gate, I probably watched, I want to say maybe 6 to 8 hours of YouTube, just trying to learn, trying to build up the confidence to do this job myself. And I think it came out nice. I made a few mistakes, like the ones you saw earlier. This one right here is another mistake. So for one, when I quoted the lady, I told her one single gate. But then I realized that one single gate for this opening, which was almost 8 feet wide, it was just too big of a gate. So I decided to just do 2 gates. Obviously that required more materials, that required more labor. Another mistake that I made was not accounting for digging the holes and actually burying the posts into concrete so the gate would not move. The gate came out nice. It looks great. I could have attached the actual gate itself to the wall and the concrete wall, but in my experience from fixing countless gates, they come off. That concrete block wall, that pillar right there, it didn't even have concrete in there. because all the houses in my area are cheaply made. The house, if the wood didn't line up, the studs, then you can just attach straight to stucco. It will come right off with the wind. So I didn't want this gate to fail in the future, so I decided to do exactly what you're seeing in the video. It came out nice. It was a lot more labor. I didn't get really charged for it. $1,800 is cheap, but it came out nice. What do you think?